I started high school in the fall of 2009. I was 14 years old and I was over 300 pounds. When I started high school, I wasn't very confident whatsoever in myself, and I was very shy, being 300 pounds and so young, and I didn't really have any friends, and so I joined this art school in downtown Miami. There were these two guys that kept inviting me to their youth chorus outside of school that was preparing to go to some sort of youth festival, and I said yes.
When Andrew showed up to his first HD rehearsal, he was shy, he was reserved. Getting to sing was going to be quite the battle, let alone getting him on the risers.
They kept talking about something called the Barbershop Harmony Society, and I had absolutely no idea what that was. The festival was in Tampa that year, and I still couldn't afford to go. But then I heard about the Harmony Foundation, and they gave us all scholarships, and we were able to go. They paid for the hotel and everything. I had no idea what that festival was going to mean to me.
Stay beneath my feet before. Yes, sir, say that's my baby now, right now. Well, that's her, that's my baby. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Sir, I don't mean maybe now. You're invited now. Oh, you're invited now, right now.
Our chorus placed third that year, and after all the tag singing, the afterglows, and everything, I was totally hooked on Barbershop. Singing with that chorus was one of the most powerful and emotional moments of my life. After the Youth Chorus Festival, I started attending more and more district conventions. HD Cars got just so much more involved, and I made so many friends, and my chorus members became my family. In the fall of 2010, I was asked to sing in my very first quartet, and I sang tenor. Coincidentally enough, the same two guys that asked me to join the chorus asked me to join that quartet with another friend of ours, and we started rehearsing every week, and we were gearing up for that contest, and it was truly an experience I'd never had, and it was all just so new. And we ended up competing in the spring contest that next year, and we ended up qualifying for the International Collegiate Competition in Kansas City, Missouri. When I walked out on stage in front of 8,000 people in the Staples Center, I was so scared. I don't think I've ever been more scared in my life. We were the youngest quartet in the contest, and it was my first time singing in front of so many people.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
It was so cool to think that so many people were behind my quartet, and there were just so many people supporting us, and this weird feeling came over me, you know. I was becoming more and more confident, and just to think that I could actually do something, and not even just singing, just being a person and being confident in what I could do was very, very exciting. Shortly after that competition, we were doing teaching gigs, and we were hired to be the teaching quartet at youth festivals, and we were doing gigs all around the state of Florida and traveling, and I was so young at the time, and I was searching for something else that could help better my life. Not even just as a musician, not as a singer, not as a performer, just as a person. You know, I looked myself in the mirror, and I was not happy with what I saw, and it never really hit me until I knew that I could perform well, and I knew that I could be happy on stage. And singing and performing on that contest stage really awakened a hunger within me. And so I decided to lose weight. And it was a rough start at first, because I don't think I'd ever exercised in my life. I ran every day, and I had this strict diet. I had strict meals. You know, every day was a whole new challenge for me, because I woke up and I was hoping, you know, that I would get up and run and be happy with myself at the end of the day. Despite all the hard work and all the pain that I went through, after 10 long months, I lost 110 pounds. Losing 110 pounds was like becoming a new person. And I looked in the mirror and I finally saw who it is that I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and that was to become a music educator. And I don't think I could have done that without my barbershop friends and family. They were there for me the whole time, and they held me accountable, and they helped me from falling off the wagon. You know, I I couldn't have done it without him.
Watching Andrew transform from a 14-year-old, shy, 300-pound young man into a trim, confident, driven leader of the chorus is just an unbelievable transformation. That's what this is all about. That's why we do what we do as barbershoppers.
My chorus, my friends, my barbershop family, and my district, they all carried me through the most rewarding and the toughest time of my life. And now that I know what I want to do with my life, it feels good, really good. Who knew that singing could change my life in so many different ways? It completely changed my life. Barbershop and singing in general has helped me live through and grow through the single hardest time of my life. It helped me discover who I am as a person. Being a future music educator, I can't wait to see what that does for someone else's life.